amazing. You did it. Do you want to make a geometric shape or a free-form shape? Which one? Art is the great equalizer because you don't need language to express yourself, right? The language is the materials. The language is what's inside you, and it's coming through art, very gently tapping.
We have children that range in various language levels, beginning with emerging all the way up to commanding. We have children from Ecuador, Mexico, Bangladesh, Nepal.
We have Spanish, we have Arabic, we have Urdu, we have Hindi, we have Punjabi, we have Chinese, we have Burmese, we have a couple of kids from Guyana. Out of the 1.1 million students in New York City public schools, about 140,000 students are multilingual learners.
Oh, baby bear, said una Osorio, very cool.
And the school's effort to fulfill their obligations for the number of instructional hours for English language learners, kids are often pulled from art. So this program, instead of taking kids out of the art room, we bring their ENL instruction into the art room.
Wow.
And it's art that gives them something to talk about.
What is it? It's people. It's people.
So my animal was part tiger and ram and pigeon.
For this particular school, the unit plan was a focus on imaginary animals, where students looked at real animals and then they combined different parts or features from different real animals to create their own imaginary animal.
If I'm making the tiger, what shape should I start with? We started drawing real animals. From there, they turned into imaginary animals, using a lot of lines to create texture.
And once they had this idea that they developed, then we moved into clay.
So let me show you.
So we made abstract clay sculptures, just learning the different building techniques.
Nice. You might want to roll on the table like this.
This is a wolf tail.
Tell me about the body.
The body. This is like
They got to see how artists work with different types of materials and mediums, and the connection that your inspiration from your drawing can go through to your sculpture.
My animal name is Peter Horsey. I use the tiger face. I pinched and pulled and I kind of did like this. I tapped it. My imaginary animal name is Windlander. I use bird wings. I use the crab's mouth. I use elephant feet, but it's sideways. And I made a hole for to eat.
We're going to be making a collage. What do you think a collage is? For the residency here, they did collage and painting.
And you glue them in a paper.
The art projects that we do with them culminate in a final piece. But what's really important is the exploration, the time to really just explore with the materials and get comfortable. When they're painting, it's about exploring with the brush and learning about different brush strokes. And explore with colors and just really understanding that they can actually mix colors.
I mix a yellow and a red a lot and the pink like a brown. And I make it green, the face. I make it blue and yellow, the pink, green.
So all these repeat vocabulary, repeat concepts, repeat using the same materials.
Big rectangle, right? What's this?
Circle.
Show me.
Really understanding all the variables that can happen within these materials so they can build their choices.
What do you think of that? Art's a form of self-expression. I think it helps to build their confidence.
What's in the sky?
I saw the students taking more risks.
White.
It's white. What are they called? Really just not worrying about making a mistake. You're going to make something different.
Different.
Okay.
Look
Elephant ears?
Yeah.
And a horn? Wow, what other animals did you use?
For each lesson, I worked to develop language supports. Some of those consisted of visual images paired with vocabulary words.
Like this one.
Like a shell?
Yeah.
Like a turtle shell?
We use the sports and visuals all around the room, so when they come in, they're familiar with them, and then they see them up on the walls. We would have them on the table, so they can refer to them while they work.
His name is Tiger, and he lives in the forest, and he has lightning powers in his eyes, and he likes to eat meat and ham, and he likes to fight predators.
So Oscar, can I show yours first? Is it okay? Tell us how you made part of your sculpture. Look up here. Tell us something you did to make part of your sculpture. What did you do?
I think what's the most exciting about this is really seeing the language development that takes place.
I said stop, 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 stop.
Okay, so where did you do them? Where did you roll? What did you do? Which part did you roll?
When students are supported in a way, if you give them the correct tools, here's an image of different animals, here's an image of the ways you can work with clay. When you have these resources along with the vocabulary words, you have a way that you can communicate your ideas.
Oscar was new to the school. He came in without any English, but he could then go point to the lines that he loved to do or the different parts. So it allowed them to be included in all the aspects of the discussion, and I feel this gave him an outlet.
Turtle,
Lion,
horse, ram.
and ram. Wow, those are a lot of mixed up animals.
So with that kind of environment, everybody wants to participate. So when I ask a question, some of those E&L students, they can't say the words, but they just want to. So their hand goes up, and if I give them the opportunity, they're participating. And kids want to be heard. And what do we call this line? Zigzag.
Zigzag.
Good. Can you say zigzag?
Zigzag.
Can you all say zigzag?
Zigzag.
Raise your hand if you made a zigzag line today like Dia did. Great.
Another strategy that is highly effective is something called TPR, Total Physical Response. And with this, the students are physically doing the action in connection with the vocabulary word. And if they're not able to say the word yet, they can make the action with their hands.
Where? Right here. All this is just a way of repetition and multiple ways for students to experience what they're learning, not just listening, but actually using their bodies. And that way, language is being reinforced.
Did you make a real animal?
No.
You made a, what kind of animal? An
imagination.
Good job, it was from your imagination. That's why they were so special. They have to practice this language in all of the modalities. They have to be reading, they have to be speaking, they have to be listening, they have to be writing. So having a piece that they can visually see that they created and then being able to speak about it and then write about it, I think is what gives the project meaning.
I made an animal that is a giraffe and a shark. My animal loves to drink so much, and my imagined animal does not like to play.
So each student got their own sketchbook. They were able to use that to make drawings of their ideas, and also the weekly writing prompts. Sometimes they were using sentence stems, or there were times that they were writing about their experience in the art studio, or they were creating a drawing and they were labeling it and putting some vocabulary words down.
At the end of the class, if they did a turn and talk about a reflection question or topic,
What's your broken thingy?
we then shared out as a class. And during that reflection, the students would be able to use the visuals to help them express
The giraffe.
All of the supports that I created were shared resources among the teachers, used both in the art studio and then again with the classroom teacher and then again with the E&L teacher.
too many pieces to glue.
This was the first time that an ENL teacher in our school pushed into an art class. I saw how beneficial it is for the kids and myself, because I was able to take something that they were doing throughout their day and incorporate it into my ENL teaching. Look at it closely. So like when I'm teaching conversation, you know, we can talk about their artwork, for example. Absolutely. When we're working on writing skills, we can talk about their reflections that they wrote. What makes the E sound? Yes. And when they began doing the sculpture part, they had images and words of the different actions that they wanted the children to do. And so I used those same images and vocabulary words. So one thing built off of the other. So they had the experience, the hands-on, then we talked about it, and then the talking helped them with the writing.
Loopy or... When they would go to Lizette and repeat the same thing in a small group, it was just great.
Spiral.
Spiral. Because when they came back, they were ready to go. They were just so engaged and excited.
So by having push-in, you have two wonderful outcomes. Not only is the student able to stay in the art room, but also there's this wonderful cross-fertilization between the ENL teacher and the art teacher, whereby the ENL teacher is experiencing how powerful visual art can be for their students in acquiring language, and the classroom teacher, art teacher, or studio and school artist can learn techniques from the ENL teacher to support their MLL students better.
It's a wolf, and he has a green eye and spikes. This is a pig tail. These are the ears, these are the eyelashes, this is the white mouth.
I think this program's legacy is that we're influencing classroom teachers, ENL teachers, and art teachers to see the benefits of collaborating together, that together they can really build a support system for these students to become better learners.
Triangle.
Ooh, a triangle, right? The zigzag.
Exhibition Day was a really great experience. The kids had the opportunity to show off their work and speak about their work, and they were so proud and they were so eager to point out their work to their friends and really see it all put together in a very sort of professional looking way. I think they really took a lot of pride.
So what does your animal love to do?
My animal loves to swimming.
Swimming.
And flying.
And flying. Excellent.
You can give me another kind of line. I'm going to choose a quiet.
This has been the perfect example of what a residency should be, because it's been so inspiring that our teachers are already planning to continue this work next year and beyond.
I loved it. And Helen and I were already talking about how with one grade level we're going to experiment next year. So I would create my lessons based on her curriculum for the year.
This program really brought out the best in these kids. There's always hurdles that these kids need to overcome every day that their peers don't have to. So this was something that put them on the same playing field as everyone else.
I did zigzag and then curvy and then zig.
I know personally it's inspired myself and the other ENL teachers to want to do more with the kids. After seeing how great this was, it's inspired us to brainstorm and think of how can we keep putting these kids in the forefront.